So gratitude is the best attitude. So, I wanted to let you all know that I just feel incredibly grateful for all of you, and I feel like yesterday on my sort of practicing of gratitude, a friend of mine called me. She was in a lot of distress, and she was utilizing, you know, she called me in distress and basically about her job and a lot of things that were going on. And she was saying, why is this happening to me? Why me? Why am I going through this? And, it was interesting because I immediately said, okay, let's flip that and let's talk about all the gratitude we have for your life. Like, let's talk about the fact that your daughter's getting married in a few days. Let's talk about the fact that you live in a beautiful place. Let's talk about the fact that you have a really good job. Let's talk about, all the things that, and she said, but I'm really lonesome and I, this and that. And, it was interesting because out of that conversation, having practiced gratitude, I was really able to help her kind of flip the switch on the way she was thinking, because we all kind of get in that mode. And gratitude can really change the trajectory, even if you still feel the feelings of, yeah, I'm feeling bad, I feel sad, I feel lonely, I feel like my life is not the way I want it to be. When you interchange the gratitude in there, it seems to make you better. And it really did kind of change our whole conversations from the way it started. So I wanted to share that with you because it was a real growth moment for me to be able to kind of change the conversation with her based on all the great things that do go on in her life that she wasn't really paying attention to. So that's the gratitude. So I wanted to kind of go over the game plan, finding the diamonds. I know Mark Smith mentioned that yesterday on the corporate call, and he was pretty excited about the corporate call yesterday and all the new things that Miriam is offering coming out of convention. And I've done several game plans with people over the last couple of days, kind of one-on-one, and we've talked about a lot of things that we wanted to be put into play. And I know Ann Ward was saying yesterday she's going to go NMD, and she did a game plan. And you guys, for the masterminds here, the best practice we can do with the mindset of game planning is to actually put it into action. And so the number one thing is, finding the people that want to play with you. So if you have, an hour or 20 minutes a day to work your Nerian business, depending upon what your day is like, going into your back office is pretty extensively easy. And I say extensive because you get a lot of information in a very easy, quick amount of time. And the example of that, I was kind of going through it with Robin yesterday, is you can actually go into your sponsor tree from last month and look at how things ended up, where people were at, and get a blueprint on what you have to do to change the way your business ends up. But it's incredibly important to do it the first week of the month. I can't express that enough in terms of putting things into action. So finding the diamonds, when you go into your business, your back office and your leader dashboard, you can click on where it says sponsor tree. So I'm just going to put my little pointer there, sponsor tree. And then once you go to sponsor tree, it'll take you to this area where you can do prior period and then filters. When you go into the prior period and you go into filters, you can go into highest achieved rank, or you can go into rank, current rank. And the reason why you want to go into highest achieved rank is that will tell you where your brand partners are. And I've basically put it into the section of, first I do brand partners, I take a snapshot of that. Then I do directors, I take a snapshot of that. And of course, and then senior directors and above. And of course, over the course of your career in business, you're going to fall back, you're going to go forward, you're going to do all sorts of things. But if you can start to kind of recognize where the people are that really want to get back to a rank or go to another rank and have a desire to do that, You can very effectively game plan that out, but it has to go into action the first week of the month. And that's where we're at. We're at the first week of the month. So finding the diamonds is taking an hour out of your day, at night, in the morning, whenever you're free, and maybe doing a little inventory in your organization and finding people. And by the way, a good example of that is somebody who maybe was at brand partner and had, 2,700 in volume and had 2 active brand partners. Well, all they would have needed was 1 brand partner to get to senior brand partner, pretty much. And a lot of that goes on where we're so busy closing out the month and we're so busy not really paying attention, and it happens. And there's people there that really need our help, whether they're brand new or maybe they've been in a while and they're not really sure. And so it's a really good opportunity the first week of the month to find the diamonds who have an interest, because as you lead your company, if you want it to grow, if you want your business to grow, you're going to have to really look at your business pretty much on a daily basis, and really see where people are and where they're going. And it's a great way to get to know where your business is at. So if you go to that person and you call them up and say, hey, I noticed you were really close to getting to senior brand partner. I really would love to help you this month. Do you have an interest? If they say, I'm actually pretty good. I don't have a lot of time this month. I'm not really focused on that. I'm happy with having my product for free, whatever it is, then you don't have to spend a lot of time over there. And that you can put that person's name down and say, okay, they're going to be more available in September or October. Because everybody's in business for themselves. They're not according to your timeline, they're according to their timeline. But the one thing that we all know, and that's critical to our business, is we want everybody who comes into our business to never, ever, ever lose their ADO. We want them to at least get their own product and make sure that they get it for free. And if you do the numbers on that, if you really sit down and you do the numbers on what 3 or free means to your organization, you would be very surprised to find out that most people on this Zoom, most people in your organization who were at the senior brand partner level or director level, well, any of the levels for that matter, if you can help people when they get into Nerium become 3 or free or 9 and free or whatever, get as many customers as they can, if you can solidify that position with customers, you are going to find out that you're going to continue to rank advance, and you're going to continue to have a solid organization, and you're not going to have the as much of the fall back as you think. And so that was, in the beginning of our career at Nerium, a very critical part was every single ADO is very important. Every single customer is important. So if you had, and you could just do the math, if you had 100 people who had an ADO as brand partners, and 100 people had $100 in their own personal ADO, and they had 3 customers of 100, what is that? I mean, do the math. That would be your base. So think about it. If you look at your business drivers and you look at your number of 3 or free in your business, okay, and it says I have, at the end of the month, I have 10 people that were 3 or free, okay, and you look at the average, if they were all at 100, well, 10 people who are 3 or free at 100 is obviously they have their own ADO, which is probably around 100. So that's right. 100 times 10 is 1,000. And then 1,000 times 10 is what? 10,000. So you've got opportunity here to really magnify and solidify your organization in a way that bottles product. And now we have, 10 amazing products to interchange and really focus on. So the diamonds are there, you guys. They're in your organization. They could even be in your customer organization. And yesterday, I put the Go Prospect on my phone. I'm still playing around with it. But this is a very, very simple, amazing tool for us, you guys. And so as you are, working on your business and you're meeting with your people, you might even want to do a Zoom on how to utilize and download Go Prospect. But I will say to you, this is they have definitely made it happen with this software and this app. It is a very good app for us, you guys. It is absolutely on the go. It makes sure that you check off your 2 a day. And it's very simple to do your 2 a day now, because you can, from your phone, you can send an email, you can send a video, you can send a text, you can do a Facebook, you can go into anybody's app and send them a message. And honestly, I got to tell you, I had time when I got home last night for about 15 minutes, and I was starting to, kind of play around with it. And I'm not entirely, an expert yet, but I will tell you, with what I saw, extremely helpful. And you guys, get on it. Get on Go Prospect, because you can invite people to your party. You can do all sorts of really great things if you learn how to really put that into your business. So one of the things that I spoke about to some people about game plans was having blitz days. And when we traveled into other countries, that was the first thing that we did. We did blitz days. And what that is it's basically setting up a day. You come into an area, you find the leader in the area that wants to do the blitz with you, and you basically have a day where you have 2 to 4 parties, and you basically invite, the leader invites a bunch of people, hopefully as many as they can, as many guests as possible. And then when you have that first party, all of those people that come, you basically let them know that if they come at 10 for bagels and coffee, then you're going to also have another same meeting at 1, same meeting at 4, same meeting at 7. And so you start the day with as many people as you can, and you create the momentum as the day continues. And I'll tell you, the leadership in the area grows very, very fast. So you may go in there as a leader to wherever you are around your home, or around maybe a team that you have somewhere. You may start the day with you doing a presentation for the guests. The next presentation is done by another leader in that marketplace. And people invite back, and you continue this momentum throughout. And I will tell you, there's many ways to do it, so you don't have to do it exactly the way I'm suggesting. But the idea is to have several events during the day where people can invite back into and really create momentum. And you want to get the support of all of your leadership in the area. So all your brand partners are inviting their customers. They're inviting their brand partners to bring, guests. And one of the main things is that you really don't want to show up without a guest. You don't want to show up without your customers. So the idea is to 1 hour a day, contact 3 customers, contact your brand partners that have an interest. Let them know that you want them to contact 3 customers. Invite your customers to your appreciation or launch of your new products. Team up with your leaders in the area. Schedule and plan the Blitz Day. And invite your brand partners to invite guests and customers, and schedule the day with 2 to 4 parties in a day. I would go with 4, just because the day goes by super duper fast, and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, it's one day, but in one day, you can create a tremendous amount of fun in your organization, and a lot of people signing up for being a customer or possibly a brand partner. So I wanted to let you know that market parties are showing up everywhere here in Southern California. And Thursday, Lori Loza is going to go to Temecula, and Vicki Downey is going to be in Pasadena tonight. I'm sorry, not Pasadena, Thousand Oaks. And by the way, there is a Pasadena meeting, which I'm waiting to get a flyer on. I'm not sure exactly what date it is, but and then we also have our regional, which is happening this Saturday, which is a recap. And if you have people in Los Angeles, or you're in Los Angeles area or around Los Angeles, West Valley, East Valley, please get them to this regional so that they can get a bigger view of where we're going and how we're going to get there and all of the great things that are happening. And then Vicki Downey, she's running everywhere. She's going out to San Francisco, and that's happening all over the United States. I know Robin's working on one in New Jersey, and I know that I've talked to people in Eugene, in Oregon. I've talked to people, they're in smaller areas where, it's advantageous to just get started. And somebody asked me the other day, well, what rank do you have to be to, do your own market party or do your own regional? You don't have to be a rank. You just have to have a desire to build your business. And with that desire, everybody will come around and help you. You just have to, one of the things that I would suggest if you have leadership in an area that has, like I was talking to some people in Maine, and their market party is about 45 minutes away for them. And they said, they sure wish there was a market party in their area. And I said, well, start one. And they said, oh, well, we don't know. We've never spoken before. And I said, the best thing to say to the people that you invite that know what you're doing is just say, hey, my company is, helping me to grow as a leader. And they have asked me to start learning how to speak in front of people. And I'm going to be having an event next Tuesday, and I'm going to be speaking at that event. And I would sure love your support because it's the first time that I'm going to be speaking, and I'm going to be training and learning how to speak in front of a group. And that's a way to really have your, friends and people come out and really help you grow as a leader in your area. So nobody, think that just because you have not reached the rank that you want, or you've fallen back or whatever, that you can't, start doing these presentations yourself. Do them in your home with your friends, do them wherever you can, because that's the way you're going to create a lot of, synergy in your marketplace. And it's great. So I really encourage everybody on here that if there's not a market party happening or a regional in your area that you can't get to, start talking to the local leadership around you and see if you guys can work it out together where it's not all falling on one person, but you're all sort of sharing the idea. Okay, so that's my Zoom for today, and I wanted to put it out there to anybody that has anything to add about game planning and how they are creating that game plan this week so that they can make it happen for themselves this month. Does anyone want to share? Nobody wants to share? This is the mastermind.
Annie, I'd like to say you've got exactly the perfect idea. If we put this high burst of energy in the first of the month, by the middle and the last of the month, we're bound to have some great exciting changes in our volume and the volume of our downline. I think you're doing such a great job laying out a suggestion, a plan, and an exciting way to jumpstart each month.
Well, thank you, Carla. I really appreciate that. And so we just want to make sure that we put that all into action. And that's why this week is a great week to start doing that. Does anybody have a game plan set up that they'd like to share on how they game planned it out?
Hey, Annie, this is Erica.
Hi.
Hi. Maybe this is not specifically the game plan, but our Bay Area Dream Team is a little spread out in the Bay Area, and I remember you saying if we could calendar everything. So last night I put it together a calendar for our team, which I wanted to share with them, and then if that ends up working for us, we can share the platform with more people so that they could do it with their groups. But first I have to see if it works.
Oh, I think that's great, Erica. I know it's going to work. So the fact that you've organized that and you're going to put it out there and put it into play is going to be great. You're going to love it. You really are. That's great. Good job. Yay. I want to see
if it's a good app, though. We're going to see if this is a good app or this is a bad app.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Wonderful. Can't wait for you to hear. That's great. Anybody else?
Hi, Annie. This is Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
I and it's not related to the game plan, but it is, I do have a comment about the market parties. Thanks to Annie, I'm actually going to be speaking at tonight's market party. I'm going to be introducing Vicky, but for me, this is a huge step out of my comfort zone. But I'm, because of Annie's encouragement, I'm going to take that leap, and I hope anyone in the area will be there to support me. Thank you.
Aw, Deborah, that's so great. I'm so proud of you. You're so great. You're going to do amazing, okay? You are going to do amazing.
Well, thank you. And we will be having another one at the end of the month as well.
Great. Well, we will promote it here and promote it on the page and promote it everywhere we can. So that's great. I'm really excited for you. You will do a great job hosting tonight.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to share?
Hi, Annie. It's Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. So, as far as game planning goes, I talked to my workout partner last night for a bit, and we both wrote out our goals for the month together. We shared them with one another for some accountability, and we are holding our RPs. In fact, Jen and I have one today and tomorrow, and we're just, diligently moving forward. And I just want to say, I agree with you. This new tool that we've been given to prospect and keep track of our contacts is amazing. It's so user friendly. I don't know if anyone else ran into the same thing, but I did have to plug my phone into my computer to transfer all my contacts to the app. So that was the only thing that took a little bit of time, but after that, everything's set and ready to go.
Oh, thank you for that. That's a good idea. I had so many contacts that it wasn't syncing. And so maybe that was the reason I needed to plug it into my phone. So that's a good idea. I'm plug it into my computer. That's a good idea. Thank you, Sarah, for that. And one thing I will highlight, you guys, half the battle to game planning is actually pulling out your calendar and setting up the date. I mean, almost like 50%. So the fact that you guys who have workout partners are setting up a date and actually implementing that and actually putting that into action is exactly right. It's exactly what you need to be doing. So that's great. Anybody
I want to tell you guys, my contacts weren't syncing either. But when I looked at the storage on my phone, there wasn't a lot of storage on my phone. So I thought maybe it couldn't double save the contacts because I had like a bunch of contacts. If you delete some things off your phone and restart it and get more games on there, you'll be able to sync the contacts.
Oh, that's a good idea, Robin.
It just couldn't save it again. It couldn't save all those contacts twice.
That's a good idea. I'm going to call you about that. Does anybody else have any ideas?
Hey, it's Laura. Hi, guys. I'm teaming up with some sideline BPs, and we are doing some morning stuff for moms, and then just some wine and cheeses, and so that's what we're doing. And then I've game planned with a couple of BPs, just getting them to host a little something that I can zoom into. And that's it. And excited that Karen DeSantis has relocated to the South Bay.
Oh, that's great. That's right. And you guys will be able to do stuff together. So great. That's great, Laura. Thank you for that. And all right, you guys, does anybody else have anything to add on game planning? All right. Well, listen, I wish you guys a nice, beautiful, awesome day. I know it's for Southern California. We're in a huge heat wave, and in Oregon, I don't know about New York, but you guys stay cool and have a great, awesome, wonderful day. And I will see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Annie.
Thanks, Annie.
Thanks, Annie.
Thank you so much, Annie. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you, Annie.
Thanks, Annie.